Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, thanks for coming to join. My name's Caitlin and I am the owner of Little Women Creations. Today we're going to be talking about everything Stash Bust September. I'm going to go over a couple things, going to flash my stash to you all, which I know some of you have seen. I'm going to explain what Stash Bust September is. And I'm also going to show you guys some of the projects that I'm possibly going to be doing or ones that I think are really good for Stash Bust September. On top of that, most of my projects are going to be for market prep, but I'll go over all that. If you like this kind of content and you like the crochet fiber arts kind of stuff, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications to be notified when I post new content. First off, I want to show you all my stash. This is our second bedroom. We've turned it into a home office because my partner works from home a good majority of the time. We have our fold-out couch for when our friends come. If they want to stay over, they're welcome to. There is my desk, which is very messy, obviously. I have not taken the time to actually go through it. And a big part of that is because of my stash. So here it is, all of its beauty. They are vibing, they are thriving, and it's all of the skeins of yarn. If you've been following my channel and some of my social media like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you'll know that I inherited all of this yarn for free from a fellow crocheter who was getting out of it. That has been a big part of why my stash is all over the place. We have one cart out here that has some unfinished objects. I have some pumpkins that need to be finished. I have just leftover little skeins of yarn. I have a microphone that I got from work. But it's pretty much just my on the go, I just need to grab something to work on, or even yet when I finish something and I have leftovers, they just go in the cart because there's no organization in this place. Before September, had a massive yarn spree at Joann's where I got lots of this new Bernat baby blanket sparkle yarn. You can really see that. They had some new colors, so usually they just have this pink one. They have a cream, they have the light purple, and there is also a mint green, but I don't know where that is right now. I did just use it. You can kind of see it over here. It's not very, oh yeah, you can see the sparkle. There you go. And then they just had a cream, but they introduced this deep pink, this blue teal color, this neon green, and then there's also an orange and a dark purple, which I'm currently working on products for. So that took up a lot of space. This yarn takes up a lot of space. It's all over the place, right? I have so much yarn. I've only picked out about a garbage bag full to redonate, to regift to people, which a lot of it's just special, whatever. Not the point of this video. Flashing the stash. This is what I work with. This is everything I have. Yeah, it's a lot. I have lots of markets left the rest of this year. The last quarter of the year is always super busy. I have a bin full of market stuff up here, and then there's 2 bins here just filled with product that's ready to go on Sunday. But let's get back to a sit down. Let's just see my face and let's talk about what Stash Bust September actually is. What does it mean? What's the purpose? Why is it something that fiber artists do? Let's go through that. Let's define Stash Bust September. It's exactly as it sounds. For the month of September, the goal is to not purchase any new yarn, especially unnecessary yarn. A big thing in the fiber community is that collecting yarn is an entirely different hobby than using yarn. I am one of those people. I know a lot of other social media content creators also use that to describe themselves. It's very easy when you get a bi-weekly coupon from Joann's in the mail, from Michael's. You just go in and buy this yarn because it's on sale. You feel like you're going to use it at some point. You just want to have it. Cool. Totally fine. There is nothing wrong with that. I am that, except with free yarn. Besides the point. Stash busting means just using what you already have instead of purchasing more. The idea of being Stash Bust September is just that it sounds good. You can do this in any month of the year. You could do it for the entire year. I'm planning on doing September, October, November, December. And the only things I'm allowing myself to buy are Bernat blanket yarn as needed. I have so much right now. I can make so many plushies. I'm fine. Technically, I'm going to put polyfill on there. It's not part of Stash Bust September, but I think you can extend the saying to not only yarn related. So if you do cross stitch embroidery, you work with needles and little skeins of thread. It could just be you need to focus on using up your embroidery hoops. You need to focus on using all of the material that you have for embroidery, cross stitch, and just need to minimize what you got, right? It can apply to anything. It's just the idea that Stash Bust September, awareness for using what you already have, not overspending on more products, on more supplies, let alone spending on a hobby more than you need to. I'm in the situation right now where I cannot spend anymore on yarn and crochet hooks. Oh my gosh, crochet hooks get me. Let me tell you, I have an entire set of furls, right? This is the Cafe swirls. Absolutely love them. I splurged and I got an entire set. And you know how many more hooks I'm buying? Like, these are some of the best ergonomic hooks on the market. There are so many other ones, and there are so many other people that love to make their own hooks, which is great. I've supported those people. Sorry, it's loud. I've purchased hooks from It's Erin B here on YouTube. I am an avid follower of Knit Brooks, I believe they are. But they do hooks, BB hooks, all of these different kind of designer, like crochet hooks and needles. That's another thing that a lot of people like to hoard as well. Which again, it's not that big of a deal if you do. The only reason we have Stash Bust September is because we want to draw awareness to the supplies we already have. We want to use the supplies we already have instead of buying new and buying multiples of something. You probably only bought one skein. If you're like a lot of people, you don't have space to physically store the supplies. Some people, I obviously do not have the space for all that yarn. I don't remember what's in all those garbage bags. I don't remember the colors, the brands, the material. I don't remember that. And if I can't see it, how do I know I have it? And that is a cycle where if you continue not being able to see what you have and you end up needing it, you might just go and buy it. And the likelihood that you go into a craft store and buy more than what you need is very high. Now, with Stash Bust September, anyone can do it. And again, it can be with anything. It doesn't just have to be fiber related. It doesn't just have to be crochet related. It can be anything. If you want to make this a minimalistic September, you do that. However you want to take it. Now that I've kind of gone over the who, what, when, where, why of Stash Bust September, I want to talk about some ideas that you can do. The typical ones that people are going to think of are coasters. You can do holiday coasters. You can do seasonal coasters. You can do very specific, like mushrooms are a big thing. You can do cottage core coasters. All these different coasters. And Pinterest is a great place to look. Ravelry, Ribbler, Etsy are all great places to look. Well, Etsy not for free patterns mainly, but Pinterest leads you to blogs. Ribbler, Ravelry also leads you to blogs, free downloadable PDFs. All three of those sites are great to use. I mainly use Pinterest and Ravelry, but coasters are a great one. You can do washcloths, anything reusable washcloths, face rounds. You can do like trivets or pot holders. The only thing is, if you are doing any of those, I would recommend using a natural fiber, mostly cotton yarn, just because if you're going to put 3 strands of yarn together for a hot pad and you use acrylic, it's going to melt. So just be mindful of what you are making with what you have. Coasters, any sort of dishcloth, soap saver, face rounds, right? Any of that kind of stuff, that's a great one. You can make a big scrap blanket. I'm planning on possibly making one with all of my little mini skeins that I have left over. I physically cannot throw away any yarn. I mean, this stuffing here has yarn in it, so I can restuff more things with it. It's a never-ending cycle. But the skeins that have so much yarn but not enough, I have in mini bins. I'm going to somehow combine those, possibly make a stash blanket, which is just any size, any color, any size of hook, any size of yarn, any size of needle, right? It's all of that. And the idea of making a stash blanket also goes into wearables. You can make a stash scarf, you can make a stash cardigan, a stash hat, mittens, shawl. The ideas are endless. It's just the idea of grabbing any color, any weight, and throwing it together. Another fun one that you can do is also handbags. Scrunchies are a great one. If you have scrunchies already that you make, maybe you can make some that are different colors, some more novelty items, that kind of stuff. In terms of market prep, what I'm planning to make with most of mine are going to be seasonal decor, seasonal things primarily. So that's going to be fall, Halloween. In the United States, Thanksgiving is in November. So Thanksgiving, and then we're going to get into December. We're going to have Hanukkah, we're going to have Christmas, the overall winter holidays, New Year's I'm probably going to make some stuff for as well. Valentine's Day in January, I'll have that all prepped and then do that in February. But the idea that you can just use what you have and make whatever is great. I think another thing you should look at before deciding to start a Stash Bus September project is maybe finishing up some of your unfinished objects or your UFOs. Now is a great time to finish those up, get completed with them, pick up a project that you just have not touched. I have a blanket in my closet that I'm sure you saw. It's that mint and black. I don't know if or when I'm ever going to finish it. Right now, I'm just using Stash Bus September to organize, to really just use what I have first before going to get more, to make more market items, right? To make more items for myself. It's a never-ending cycle of making for you, making for markets, buying more yarn, using more yarn, right? All of this stuff. But use this time to really think about what you want to make. If you are not a market seller, take the time to consider your friends, your family, your loved ones, maybe someone in the community, maybe you know someone getting married. Take this time to really think about giving something to them. A handcrafted item for a gift is one of the best things ever. And if you don't know what they would like, feel free to ask them. There's nothing wrong with asking someone if they would prefer this color over this color, or subtly asking them if they like this design of handbag or maybe more of an over-the-shoulder bag. I think you can use this stash busting as a way to also benefit others and bring some joy to their life too. I wish I had more time to do that, and I already know right now that because I'm a little short on cash, that I might have to just totally create handmade items for Christmas, which there's nothing wrong in that too. I know plenty of people that only do handcrafted items every Christmas for gifts. Now, sit down, go through some of your fiber books. I have so many books that have crochet patterns in them that I should go through and just figure out what to do. Another thing you can do, if you are just completely blindsided, you don't know what to make, you don't know what colors, you don't know what to do. You are too many decisions. Take it to social media. If you have any sort of social media, you can just post on there and say, hey, tell me 2 numbers between 1 and 5. I have a 5x5 cube of yarn. Tell me any number between 1 through 5. Give me 2 different numbers, or 2 numbers, not even 2 different, 2 numbers, and an animal. You could start there. Someone you don't even know could just comment 3x4 porcupine. You go in there, grab a yarn out of there that you like, and find a porcupine pattern. Like, have fun with it. Make something, feel good about yourself, feel good about using the supplies you already have, and just have fun with Stash Bust September.